Here are 10 mistakes beginners make in entry point, specifically in the loud game mode. Number 1. Not planning ahead. Before you even start a mission, you should always have a clear plan of what you're going to do, especially in missions like the SURS or the Black Dusk, where the objectives can be completed in different orders. This is even more important if you're playing with a squad. If you start the mission without agreeing on a plan, then your teamwork is really going to be awful and there's going to be a lot of confusion and wasted time. Number 2. Trying to save money. Money in entry point isn't all that important. The only real use is for buying weapons and attachments. Once you have the weapons you need, money becomes irrelevant, and if you run out, then the game will cover the cost of your loadout, meaning that it's essentially free. I've seen plenty of beginners who don't bring as good a loadout as they should because they don't want to lose money. Ironically, this may have the exact opposite effect because bringing a weak loadout increases your chances of failing the mission. Number 3. Bad skill trees. You should always have separate loud and stealth characters. You shouldn't use stealth characters for loud, and you shouldn't have stealth perks on loud characters. Also, whichever weapon masteries you take should correspond with the guns you're actually going to use. I would highly recommend Rifle Mastery and Sniper Mastery. If you're going to use the Thumper, then it makes sense to swap out Sniper Mastery for Heavy Weapons Mastery, but you don't need to take these damage perks since the Thumper is more of a breaching tool. Number 4. Trying to get as many kills as possible. Every time you fight an enemy, you use up ammo and usually lose some health as well. Thus, you should avoid fighting whenever it's not necessary. For instance, in this stage in the Black Site, there is no reason to go back and finish off this wave. Instead, the smart move would be to keep going and escape before that wave can catch up to you. Number 5. Bad guns and attachments. The two best loud guns are the F57 and the CHA, which should be used with these attachments. The Thumper is also good, but only in these missions. Once you purchase these guns, you shouldn't use any other guns in loud, especially not the double pistols, which are extremely overrated. Number 6. Friendly fire. In the elite and legend difficulties, your shots can damage your teammates. If you're ever camping at the same spot or otherwise close to each other, you should be careful not to accidentally hit them. Also, if you keep confusing your teammates with Steel Cove, then please seek medical attention as soon as possible. Number 7. Ignoring enemies during boss fights. When you're fighting boss units like the Onyx unit, the boss itself isn't that hard to take cover from, but the normal enemies can be more dangerous than the boss itself. If you only focus on the boss and don't watch your back, then you're probably going to get ambushed and killed. Number 8. Chatting too much. If you're playing loud and you know there's a chance you could get ambushed at any time, then avoid chatting unless it's absolutely necessary. It may seem like a minor thing, but it can seriously decrease your response time if you get ambushed, which could cost you a lot of health. Number 9. Bad loadouts. By default, every slot in your inventory is filled by a medkit. Whenever you're considering bringing another item, ask yourself whether the time saved by bringing that item is more valuable than the health healed by a single medkit. Most of the time, the answer is no, but there are a few situations where other items are worth it. For instance, in the SURS, bringing a breaching charge for this door is safer than having to bypass the ship door. Number 10. Not taking advantage of cover. I know this sounds obvious, but it's also super important. You should always be behind cover unless you're shooting, moving, or interacting. Even when you're doing these things, you should at least have cover nearby that you can hide behind at any time in case an ambush happens. It's never a good idea to be out in the open or in a spot where enemies can surround you from all directions. If you've been making a lot of mistakes in the loud game mode, then I really hope this video helped. Anyway, if you want a chance to play with or get advice from really good EP players, discuss anything EP related, or just hang out with an active online community, then I would highly recommend joining my Discord server. It's free and it's also the best way to get in contact with me, so keep in mind that you have to be 13 or older to use Discord. Also, credit to MasterHunter358 for helping me make this video. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.